What's good, everybody? Welcome back to Come On Ref. I'm your host, Aiden, here with my man Ben, here with Chad. You know, Chadwick, of course, he's always with me. Today, we're going to do a little something different for you guys. It's going to be more of a video, just an idea we had. We're going to try to see which one of us knows ball, get the best grade after a draft, which one of us is the best GMs. We're going to do a PFF mock draft and get our grades afterwards. We don't always agree with PFF, but they do a pretty good job of mocking stuff and giving grades. So we're going to use their draft simulator and each have a team. Ben, who do you have?
I have the Colts.
It's the Colts. Oh, he's got the highest pick for sure. Chad?
I got them boys.
Ugh, okay. And I got...
I'm going to be obnoxious with this, man, because I got to be.
And I got the world champs, Kansas City Chiefs. So we all have different needs, different things we want to get done in this draft. We're going to do 3 rounds and see what happens. Let's get to it.
Can I draft a new owner, one that's in touch with actual human beings, or no?
I'm sorry.
Okay. You're going to trade for one. I don't know if you can draft one, but
fair. Okay.
We go Colts. Good old them boys.
Man, Ben, you got a fun one, man. You got a quarterback team. That's fun.
Slow it down a little bit. Let's go fat. Let's go middle of the pack here. All right.
Here we go.
Are you fellas ready?
I'm ready, man. Panthers on the clock. Who is it? Bryce Young or CJ? Who is it?
It's Bryce.
Yep.
CJ went 2. Will goes 3.
Oof.
Ben, first selection. Does he go QB?
Ben, if you pick Will Levis, I'm walking off this show. I'm going to tell you right now.
Ben's
whoa.
Pretty far down.
Whoa.
What are we looking at here?
The only quarterbacks I was going to take are gone. So.
All right.
Hey, Cam Newton.
It shows their needs up top right.
Yeah. Chad, I can't find Cam Newton. Where's he at?
I don't know. I thought he was going to re-enter the draft. I don't understand why he's not in there.
Oh, I know who I take here. No question. Wow. Jackson Smith and Jigba is
okay,
but I like it.
There's a couple teams in that top 10 that would just went, oh.
And to them boys.
Okay. This is interesting, man. Oh, my gosh. I can't believe it came down to this. I didn't think – woo, this is interesting already, okay? Because I might surprise you guys, man. I know the Cowboys don't need this position, but I think the Cowboys are really in kind of a unique spot right now. If I'm the general manager in charge of this draft, it's tough because you're losing Zeke, but you don't use a first-round pick on a running back, obviously. Or even maybe a second or third-round pick right now, the way it's going. It's swung back in that direction. So what do? I think Dak Prescott could use weapons, right? Is there a better pass catcher in the draft as far as tight ends go than Michael Mayer right there, man, from Notre Dame?
Is that where you're going?
I think so. I think I would pick Michael Mayer. I think to give him a nice target. Mayer can do a lot of things. He's a decent blocker, but he can also kind of get a little vertical, I think, in the passing game, and it doesn't hurt to have a guy like that. So that's my pick.
Oh, my God.
Look at this.
Oh, I know who you're going to take.
Did you lost your guy, didn't you?
Yep.
At pick 30.
Yeah, I knew it. I knew it. Yep, I knew it.
I was going to go, obviously, the Chiefs got to replace left tackle.
Yeah.
Or a right tackle, both of them. Orlando Brown. This puts me in kind of a bad situation. They still need receiver. I just don't like the guy enough for them to take one in the first round.
There's a good value pick down there in the 40s, man. I'm not going to say who, but there's a good value pick.
I see who you're looking at. I think I'm going to take him. You still got to develop some, but physically he's unmatched. Gonna go Dewan.
I think that's a good place for him to end up, honestly. Ben's back on the clock here.
Uh-oh. Oh,
Oh
I'm
my.
not gonna lie, I liked it.
Oh
I
my.
thought we would go there.
Oh my. Ooh,
Yeah, I like
okay.
it. I like it. I like that pick right there.
I think he's only rated that low because of the ACL injury, man.
And age.
Yeah, age too. He's 23.
Age
24,
just
23.
Tom Brady.
Back on the clock.
Hey,
Okay,
Chad,
then
why don't we
boys.
trade for GM.
All right.
You
Now-
want to see. So here's who we're looking at.
See, man. See, I really like Whippler, but they don't need a center, and Whippler's not going to move anywhere on the line. He's going to be a center. Go back up to the top of there real quick. I think I'm going to go straight need on this pick. I'd like DJ Turner from Michigan.
Okay.
I know it. I know. I'm doing it, but I'm taking DJ Turner. They've got to have some defensive back depth. I think Turner's a good depth piece.
Okay.
I don't think he's a lockdown corner by any means, but I think he's a good piece. I would take him here.
All right. 58 DJ Turner. All right, back up for me.
All right.
They've taken a lot of smaller wide receivers. They have Sky Moore.
Mhm.
Oh, sorry. And Sky Moore and other small guys. So I don't want to go small. I want to go a bigger guy like Cedric Tillman from Tennessee.
Yeah.
I think he's a really good player. Was really good for Tennessee. Was their #1 receiver until he got hurt. I'm going. That's where I'm going.
Well, I can't imagine how dangerous the Chiefs would be with a big true, big wide receiver on the outside.
Browns went tight end.
Mm.
Ooh, I like a corner up on the board as well. But he's more of a slot.
Ben, what are the biggest needs for the Colts? I know quarterback was one.
Wide receiver, O-line, and corner.
Yeah. So when you're building a team, I mean, trenches and skill players.
I don't like any of their interior offensive linemen. That's the thing.
No.
Like I was looking before, obviously before we started, and it said they needed some interior offensive linemen, but I don't.
I like Freeland a decent amount. But
I think Oluwatimi's another guy from Michigan. I don't think he's going
anywhere.
anywhere. Yeah, I don't know if you can slide Oluwatimi out either. I think he and Whippler are both kind of locked in at center.
Oluwatimi is, I'm pretty sure, restricted as a center. I think he's pretty physically limited.
Yeah, I think so too. And I was really high on him before that TCU game.
What does the ADP mean? What's that?
Average draft position. So when I get drafted at these mock drafts.
I do like Jalen Jones, underrated.
Wiley Moss, I think, is good, but I think he's more of a safety in the NFL.
I would go Eli Ricks, but he got burnt by LSU. Badly.
I mean, that's the Thorpe Award winner right there.
Yeah.
Really good in college. Small guy, though.
I feel like you have to, though. I mean, you need a corner. You just lost
No doubt.
Stephon Gilmore. I feel like
Obviously, you can see his grades.
I feel like you have to. I feel like you have to go corner
I
here.
understand that pick. All right, back to them boys.
On the clock. Let's see. What do they say I need at this point? They think I need a running back, some defensive interior. I agree with that.
Linebacker, corner. I'm a big fan of this man right here. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. I don't know if I want to draft a running back right here if I'm the Cowboys because I think they have a viable option on their roster already.
Luke Schoonmaker's good too.
Schoonmaker's a good tight end. I think he'll be a decent tight end in the NFL.
I've
I've already got my tight end. I'm sorry.
I know we don't need quarterbacks, but I think Tanner McKee could be. I think he could be a very underrated quarterback.
I want to take a look at Kobe Turner. I'm glad you clicked on him. I want to take a look at his size. I didn't.
I mean, his grades are really good.
Click on that first look for me real quick.
My bad.
No, you're good. You're good. 6'3", 290. I like that size. Okay. See, I think you can do some things with 6'3", 290 on that defensive line. And they get pretty creative anyway in Dallas, I think, with the defensive line. I don't think he's a bad fit here.
Nah.
He kind of fell into my lap here, but I think I would take Kobe Turner here. I kind of like this pick. Honestly.
Kobe Turner.
We'll see how PFF likes that. I mean, it's a good value pick.
All right.
Back on the clock.
Back on the board. I know I need D-line.
Oof. Man. A little thin at the edge, huh?
I like Carl Brooks from Bowling Green, actually, but
he's raw. I've been taking a look at some of the local guys, man. Some of the MAC guys lately.
I think I'm going to end up going Isaiah McGuire, most likely.
I mean, if you look at his grades, he's gotten worse each year. But, I mean...
No, it's 2020, 2020.
Oh, okay, the other way, never mind.
Yeah.
I thought I went, put that on backwards.
Really good pass rush grade. His run stop grade isn't great. Good games against decent teams, against Kentucky, Tennessee.
So he's okay lining up over the tackle or off the tackle, mostly off the tackle now.
In fact, they only had 59.8 though against whatever that ECU team is. That's
maybe he just didn't play a lot.
that is true, yeah. I mean, but even if you didn't play a lot, I mean, it's a team that like nobody knows like you should.
It just depends.
Yeah.
I'll go Isaiah McGuire.
That's probably.
I was just gonna say A.T. Perry's a decent pick there, and the Commanders took it. Here we go.
All right, Cowboys. B and A.
All right,
a B.
I'll take that. I'll take a B+ when they don't have a glaring, huge hole of a need.
Wow. Oh
Ooh.
wow.
Look at that. Okay. PFF likes the athletes. We like that. Okay. B+. All right.
Wow.
I'm the only one that didn't go with an Ohio State guy, man.
So is that a win for Mr. Ben?
I think we have to see how these things play out. Maybe we save these draft picks and we come back to this and, at the end of their rookie contract, see how it plays out.
Round is unbelievable.
See, I was gonna go either.
If you want to take a look at everybody.
Richardson went to 8. Where'd Levis go? Levis went to
The only, the main concern that I have with Hooker though is a little bit of accuracy. I think he was college accurate, but I don't know that he's NFL refined accurate. If that makes sense.
So here's my thing with not Richardson. Sorry, there's a lot of things with Richardson. With Hooker, it's more of
he has the arm.
The arm is not the issue. It's the offense was very gimmicky.
Yeah.
I mean, how many times did he have somebody running? 20 yards wide open down the field.
The offense was very gimmicky, and he wasn't like they take one-step drops. There's nothing very special about what they do. It's just a lot of creating vertical routes on safeties.
And I'm not saying that Nick Saban's not good, but if you look at their game plan against Nick Saban's defense compared to Kirby Smart's defense, you can tell that their offense was just so simple that Georgia was just able to just pick them apart.
Yeah.
Whereas Alabama tried to overcomplicate things, and that's what just like guys run wide open for touchdowns.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's just
I feel like it's probably any quarterback, but I feel like Hendon Hooker could be good in the right system.
Yeah. Yeah. You're right. You could say that about anybody, but I do think you're right. Unfortunately, I think he fits with a offense and a team like Kansas City. I think he would do okay there. I don't know. It's hard to say.
New coach in Indianapolis, though, so you don't know depending on who they go with.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to want Hendon Hooker to sit in the pocket and try to pick apart defenses. I don't think that's his strength.
No, but that's the thing. He has the athletic ability, to get out and make those plays.
Yep.
It's just a matter of whether or not he's going to be scared to or not after his ACL tear.
Here's the thing with Hendon, right? There's can he process at NFL level, because the process was high on pretty much a slot fade every time to a low on a curl.
Yeah.
Or high to a fade and low to a slant.
Yeah.
So there was no really progression. It was just high.
Watch the outside linebacker, wait for the receiver to cross, and you don't really even there's a little bit of anticipation involved with that, but it's really just waiting for your guy to get in that 2/3 area and throw the ball.
Jalen Hyatt running by safeties, you don't really have to do too much. You just throw it.
Yep. You take a 5-step drop and plant and throw. That's it.
Took a lot of one step, really no footwork drops.
Yep.
It just all depends on mechanics with him, and he stands very straight up in the pocket. If you watch his film, he doesn't maneuver the pocket that well.
Yeah.
There's just things he can do better, but I like the pick in the second round for sure.
For sure. I think it's a great second round pick. But like you said, yeah, footwork's a little sloppy sometimes. But I think he makes up for that with, elite athleticism. I mean, he can back out of those mistakes with his footwork.
You can train footwork, but you can't teach athleticism.
Yep. You can't teach athleticism. You can't train instincts. I think he has good instincts.
I think he's athletic. I don't think he's athletic to the point where he's probably like a 4'6", 4'7".
How tall is he?
6'3".
6'3".
Yeah. So he's not elite athlete. So at some point he's gonna have to be a good passer.
See, and that's the thing about obviously most of you guys might know, might not know. I'm a Steelers fan. You look at young Big Ben. He was athletic enough to extend plays and make plays, but as he got older and his mobility went away, he was able to sit back in the pocket and pick people apart. And I feel like with Hendon Hooker, like you guys were saying, like that's something he's going to have to do.
No doubt.
Maybe earlier than Big Ben did in his career, but also if he has that ability to extend and make those plays, it's going to make their offense a whole lot harder to contain.
Yeah.
Well, the thing with Big Ben is he was so big he could just shake off sacks even if he guessed wrong on their blitz. But
at the same time, but like I said, Hooker's more. I feel like Hooker's more mobile than Big Ben was early in his career.
For sure.
He's able to get out. You're able to do the design. QB runs, draws.
I doubt, but that's the thing with the NFL now. When Big Ben was playing, there wasn't guys moving around like there's guys moving around. Like there isn't like the middle linebackers were 6'4", 265 pounds, running 4.8s.
Yeah.
Instead of 6'2", 230 running 4.3s. So it's different on like what's athletic now.
Yep.
There's decent athletes at quarterback. Like Mahomes is a decent athlete, but he's not going to run away from you.
Nope.
And but he wins because he can throw from every arm angle. His arm is incredible, and he throws with anticipation, right? So, and his pocket maneuverability is ridiculous. Same with Joe Burrow. His anticipation, his ability to read defenses is top notch. So that's where Hendon Hooker, I think, has to get to. I think if he wants to be successful. And the thing is, he was only really, really good for 1 year, and he was in college for 6 years. So and it was more of a gimmicky Big 12 offense.
I mean,
I will give him this though. I will say this. Being in college for 6 years and only really having one good year, he was kind of a part of that whole COVID era. Where things got a little wonky and development might have suffered a little bit. So
I mean, another guy that only had one really good college year, Justin Herbert. I mean, now he's considered a top quarterback in the NFL. So
well, Justin Herbert's also 6'6", 240 pounds with the best arm in the NFL possible.
Different, totally different type of quarterback, right?
They're different.
They're different, but at the same time, though, Herbert only had one good year in college.
Right,
so you can't really...
I know, but there's differences in players. There's differences in talent.
There is.
So, it's hard to compare guys that are the top 5 picks and a second round guy.
Yeah, I think 6'6", 240 with a top 3 arm is, it projects differently than after 1 year than, Hendon Hooker, who, has some pretty good athleticism and made some decent throws. But
Herbert's that guy that can, Herbert's that guy that can make receivers better. Whereas I feel like Hendon Hooker needs decent receivers to be good. I guess that's why I went Smith and Jigba at 1. Because if Hooker's going to be there in the second round, you could take in Jigba at 1, pair it up in Jigba and Pittman, and then give Hooker 2 good receivers to throw to. He could have a decent rookie year, and then it's only up from there.
So do you think now if that happens, if they draft that way, is Smith and Jigba the number 1 guy right away there?
No, I think Pittman still is.
If you draft a guy top 4, he's got to be. To me,
I think so. I don't know that Pittman is a number 1. I just don't know what Smith and Jigba is going to do in the NFL. I assume he'll.
I don't know. See, here's my thing with Smith and Jigba. He's for sure. Not even that. He's for sure a top 20, top 15 pick.
Yeah.
For me, he's a 4-5 guy. He's like you're trying to compare Smith and Jigba to guys that are 4-3 guys, right? Mm-hmm. Super explosive athleticism, just run away from people.
Yeah. Smith
and Jigba was pretty much realistically just a slot receiver. Yeah. So what that kind of limits him in some ways. His production is always going to be awesome.
Yeah, well, yeah. He'll have tons of catches.
If he can be off-brand Cooper Kupp, then he's worth a top 5 pick. Do you think he can be Amon-Ra St. Brown-ish out the slot? Then, yeah, he's worth a top 15 pick. But
What if he's Jarvis Landry?
no, he's not worth a top 15 pick.
Yeah.
That's
That's where I struggle a little bit with Smith and Jigba.
Yeah.
Like I'm starting to. He's probably going to be one of the best route runners, coming out
Well,
because
yeah,
for sure.
because of Brian Hartline, right? And just his natural ability anyway. But yeah, I don't know. I think I agree with you on that. I think I agree.
It's just really tough with guys like that and there's not a guy obviously in this draft because he's the number one receiver in the draft that stands out. I do like Zay Flowers a lot. I think if he would have transferred to a better team.
Did he just get into a car crash too, though?
Zay?
Yeah.
I'm not positive. I don't know. I won't speak on that unless I know.
I know one top receiver got into a car crash. I'm just not sure who it is.
Yeah, I can't remember. I did hear that.
I'll look real quick.
Quentin Johnson from TCU as well. I think is kind of a sneaky guy that could end up, being one guy that we look back on and going, wow, that guy was like a gem in this draft.
Yeah.
No, he's not. He didn't get in a car crash. Zay Flowers, I think he would be pretty much the number one receiver on the board right now.
Tall?
No, he's a smaller guy. He gets a lot of Antonio Brown comparisons.
Kicking punters in the face.
He's just, 4'4" guy, 4'3", high 4'3" guy.
For the record,
Really
the Antonio Brown that's on the field comparisons to Antonio Brown.
Yeah. He has good yak. So I think he could end up being the number one receiver in this draft class. I think if he would have went to a Texas or transferred to a USC or somewhere else, he would have been the number one receiver in the class, especially with Jigba not playing this year. But
yeah, that's fair.
It just all depends, man. There's
yards after catch. That's something we didn't mention much with any of these receivers. I think that's so important. When you have a guy in the NFL, you can just give it to him and he can go. Man, that's nice to have.
There's also guys like Quentin Johnson, the big receiver who can't really run routes that well.
Just throw him any ball and go up and get it.
Well, he doesn't go up and get it that well. He's not a high point guy, but his athleticism should tell you that he is.
If they can refine him, I really think he can end up being a steal in this draft.
Oh, yeah, no doubt about it. Athletically, he's ridiculous, but you just have to see it happen. But
Chad, let's talk about that Michael Mayer pick you made.
Hey, listen, I just like that. I like having an extra weapon for Dak. I like having a kind of a dynamic tight end there. Like I said, you got a guy that can block a little bit. I don't know what they're going to do with the running game. I don't know who they're going to end up with. Like I said, they've got some viable options on the roster. There's no doubt. But I think it's tough to lose Zeke, probably 2 or 3 years before you really expected to.
Yeah.
So they'll have to make some considerations there. But I think with Mayer, it gives Dak another safety valve. Mayer's a good he understands like levels well. You know what I'm saying? Like he just knows how to get open. He's a good zone tight end. He can go find an open spot and kind of sit down. He's pretty good man to man. He's strong. I don't know. I think he's a good pick. Just like I said, safety valve for Dak. It doesn't hurt.
Like what do all the good teams have that some of the bad teams don't? A good receiving option at tight end.
Yeah. Right.
I think Pittsburgh's good, but we have Pat Freiermuth who said over 700 yards his first 2 years.
Yeah.
The Browns have Njoku.
Yeah.
Hopefully has a good year this year.
And Njoku's been a little inconsistent with the hands. I think Mayer's probably more consistent. Probably not quite the athlete, obviously, that Njoku is, but yeah. But yeah, I think Mayer's a decent player. I think he's a really good player.
Thank you. So I feel like tight end, a good pass catching tight end can go a long way in the NFL because you got, like I said, you got guys like Kelsey, you got your Jordan Kittles,
and Kelsey is another guy that reminds me I'm not saying that Mayer's going to come out and be like Travis Kelsey because that's I don't even know how to really quantify that with words, but Kelsey just is the guy that does everything. But I think Mayer is kind of like on that track. Like he's
I agree.
Good enough at everything to kind of be like that dynamic tight end like Travis Kelsey.
Yeah, no. Do you think they'll do a lot of 2 tight end sets with him and Dalton Schultz?
I think they may have to. Just because they don't have. Listen, they may have to. They may have to. It may be time to just. They don't have. Who's the wide receiver there? Who's their number 1 wide receiver right now?
CeeDee Lamb.
Who else?
I guess it's Michael Gallup after that, right?
Yeah, it's like I guess, right? Like they don't have a ton of weapons. I think 2 tight end sets. Give yourself some options there. I think, Mayer's good in the red zone too. I think he's gonna be really good in the red zone. Big guy. I don't know. I like it. I'm excited about my pick. I hope this is what I hope the Cowboys do. I want to see it play out.
Even like you said, Mayer's kind of good at everything.
Yeah.
Schultz is known as more of a pass catcher.
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah.
But if you're running 2 tight end sets, even if you put them both on the same side, you could throw teams off. One play they block, you can line up the same
With the
formation.
edge, and yeah.
Next
Yeah.
play, they both got for a route, or like with 2 tight end sets with guys that are both threats and pass catching.
Yeah.
You could.
And you can do a lot of fun stuff with two, like you said, 2 tight ends, same side. Block, chip a guy out, and tight ends just get forgotten about a lot in the passing game, especially when you chip a tight end off the edge and just kind of it gets lost in that little that kind of melee right there. I mean, and then they're big, so they're really easy to find for your quarterback, right?
I don't know how many Steelers games you guys watch, but Connor Hayward.
I try not to.
We're playing him at tight end.
They're really making an effort not to.
And we're playing him at tight end, and he took a couple jet sweeps last year. It's like the tight end position is evolving.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Connor Hayward's a different story though, because he's had time at fullback, tight end. He's kind of like a utility player almost.
I mean,
he's more of a hybrid guy than Mayer for sure.
Kelsey's taking jet sweeps, so I mean, it's
Kelsey's a special dude, man.
But
he's different than everybody else.
But like what I'm saying is like you could go out, you could draft a big receiver from college and turn him into a tight end that can be your jet sweep guy, or could be
like a big time receiving type guy, like you said.
No, I mean like a big guy like 6'6".
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm about like a Darren Waller type.
Yeah.
Obviously he went through a lot of stuff where he wasn't able to play because of he was going through a lot of addiction stuff, right? But when he got there, he was this 6'6", 250-pound, just freak of an athlete that could go win balls. He could run by you. So even Evan Ingram, 4'4" guy, just there's special guys out there.
You guys, you know what tight ends remind me of? Tight ends kind of remind me of like the power forward position in basketball, right? Like they're always like they're these big athletic guys, and you just like you wish you could just refine their touch skills just a little bit more, right? And like make them like this LeBron James kind of player, right?
That's what makes
tight ends kind of remind me of in the NFL a little bit.
Yeah, that's what makes Kelsey so special.
Yeah,
because he's refined in every way possible. I mean, I've seen him win matchups against Jalen Ramsey route running wise. I mean, he's just a different type of guy.
Yeah,
I've seen that dude block T.J. Watt one-on-one. Not many people can do that.
No, he understands leverage for sure. I mean, I think that's square one for being a good tight end.
He just understands. He has really good spatial awareness.
Yep.
He can feel where you're leaning and where to come out of it. And him and Patrick Mahomes, even if he decides to run something off script, they're good enough to where
Mahomes is gonna look at it.
So
you said it, man. The spatial awareness and the anticipation, just like body control. He
knows how to get you leaning one way. He knows how to set up routes really well, how to stem them the way he wants them. So
I wonder if he's trained in martial arts. A lot of guys that train in martial arts are really good at that on the offensive line.
Or even a lot of receivers. It's going to sound stupid. A lot of receivers take ballet too.
No, it doesn't sound stupid at all. I mean, body control, balance. I mean, it doesn't sound stupid at all. Martial arts does the same thing. I mean, you have to have like elite body control to be a skill player in the NFL. I mean, elite body control. You have to know.
I know it's off topic, but Stephen Kwan for the Guardians took ballet all the way through college.
Yeah. I mean, so did Walter Payton. So did Jerry Rice. I mean, these guys all did. Absolutely, you need that body control, that elite body control to be a receiver or even a tight end in the NFL. I mean, you have to if you're going to be good, right?
Yeah.
We got to save some of this draft talk for tomorrow.
Have to.
The draft special coming up. We're running a little long here, so we're going to wrap it up.
I can't remember. The Browns even have a pick before like the 15th round. Did we get to talk about the Browns at all?
Maybe a little bit. Hopefully they take a defensive tackle or something.
Somebody.
Ben, GM of the year.
Obviously. Greatest of all time.
JSN and Hendon Hooker kind of pulled it out for him, and just Tomlinson Hodges being there, I guess.
I'll take my tied for second place finish. I'm good with that. Congratulations.
I'm good with taking second place.
Imagine being second.
What were you in the? Never mind. But that's it for today, guys. Appreciate you guys watching. Like, subscribe, comment, anything we can do better. This has been Come On Ref. I've been your host, Aiden.
I'm Ben.
I'm Chad, man. Hopefully you guys enjoyed our draft special.
Hey, man. Have a good one.